Hey, Jason, Dave Schrader from Darkness Radio. And I just want to first start off saying thank you very much for giving a voice to different cultures and religions with the movies. And it's funny that you think, these aren't ones that would be wide release. And the ones that you're putting into this limited release, I think are better than 90% of the horror movies that get released from other studios.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
It's great. I was wondering, though, are there any elements from these different cultures that really stood out to you as really terrifying?
Well, one of the things that I thought was really interesting about this second four is I think the storytelling on screen was also kind of more representative of the idea of working with underrepresented directors. The first not all the first four, but the first four, this batch of movies is they're not only from filmmakers who are underrepresented, but also they're about groups of people. The actual stories on screen are about marginalized groups of people.
Right.
And that's what I wanted. That's what I was hoping, is that this is not, it doesn't, not just that the directors didn't look like me, but that the stories would be about things that I don't think about, that aren't in or things that I don't experience, I should say, not think about. And that's what happened this time around. And I was very pleased about that.
Yeah, I'm just curious, Jason. So many of the actors from your movies have come forward talking about the fact that while filming, they had their own paranormal experiences. Have you personally ever had an encounter with the supernatural?
I had one impossible encounter with the supernatural. I lived in an apartment on Crosby Street in New York when I was very young. It was a storefront, and there were three of us. We paid $1,000 a month. There were three of us. We were paying $362 a month a piece or whatever. And one lived in the front of the store, and one lived in the back of the store. And then there was a trap door, and there was a basement, which was the storage. And I lived in the basement. You couldn't stand up. I thought it was cool, but it was very grim. Anyway, I was in my bed. I actually had a full-size bed backed up against, it was a tiny bit of room on either side. And I saw someone holding someone else at the end of my bed. They were not threatening and they weren't going to hurt me, but it definitely wasn't a dream. And there definitely was no one in the apartment holding someone else at the end of the bed. So I don't know what it was, but I certainly felt that it was from another world. That was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It was more than 20 years ago, like 24 years ago.